It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo dodododo.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo dodododo.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti de.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Thank you so much. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun ti deo.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Let's go.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn.
Sorry for the late start. Let's get into it. But before we get fully into this, something happened today to me. And I want to share that with you. Because while I was battling with that, that was when I saw people holding an old man, dragging and who be that kilo shaking it? What did that man do you? So I'll tell you about that today. Peter Obi lost because of his supporters. Professor Wole Soyinka. What Ahmed Datti said about the judiciary is a threat to Nigeria democracy. Professor Wole Soyinka. When Tinubu become president, he should restructure Nigeria and share power. Professor Wole Soyinka. These are the things and other advices that Professor Wole Soyinka thought he was given. He was given. And so then drag him. But I'll tell you the story that eventually made me see that. So today, or let me say yesterday or 2 days ago, I did tell you that we could spend all night. We could, there's no rush. Because the family were supposed to be away for a short Easter holiday in Loch Ness, a place called Inverness in Scotland. Very beautiful place. I've never been there. Anyway, everything paid for, set, and all that, and they went. I was free. I just did do as I wanted. Until last night, when Agbeke kind of felt unwell. Okay, this was supposed to be a week. Everything paid for, build, you know what I mean? Like to and fro, transport, everything. I was supposed to just be a free, But I decided I would go to Inverness today. So I traveled about 185 miles to. On my way back, my car developed a fault. King Bugbili. Cut the long story short, I lost money. Then I saved money too. So while I was there, still battling with but everything else works. But just it won't move. Okay. The people that fix cars, they came. The van men, they said, well, my insurance didn't cover breakdown. Now accident cover. Now who choose them? Me? Why would I choose accident cover and leave breakdown? Was I thinking now, you know what I mean? While I was confused there, 160 pounds, gone. So van came. He said, Omo, now out of 4 cylinders, now only 3 they work. Okay. But can I still drive it? Yeah, you can if you can move, but I don't think it will move. But for us to tow you from here to Glasgow, 82 miles to Glasgow, it will cost me almost 400 pounds. 400. Well, I was kind of in that mood, right? So I grabbed the key. I make it, that one, I've already started crying, confessing where he kept money, where we can actually get money and pay for all of this. I know. Anyway, I grabbed the key, snatched it. I dragged the car to Glasgow. Just same way, my entire phone was filled with updates of those who were dragging Professor Wole Soyinka. Kini Professor Sokiloshe. It all started from advice like this. Let's start with what Professor said and why the Obidients are now saying that he is more confused. He's a confused old man. Let's start with this. Professor Wole Soyinka, waiting happen.
Which part or what part of Senator Datti Ahmed's statement was unbecoming?
Okay. Nearly the totality. Listen, the interviewer asked him several times. He said, what will you do if the Supreme Court judgment is against you? If the interpretation which you are offering about the constitutional aspect of this election, if it is against that of the Supreme Court and they find against you. And he kept saying, no, it's not even open to analysis. The word says and it's very clear. And the Supreme Court, in its wisdom, had better give this, in other words, his interpretation. I mean, this is trying to dictate to the supreme arbiter of the nation. Whatever you think of the Supreme Court, it is an institution we all revert to sooner or later. If not today, then tomorrow. If not about this election, maybe about the next election. But Datti kept saying, no, the Supreme Court has got, in its wisdom, to agree with me. That is what is known as fascistic language. It is not acceptable. And for me, it alienates people. It alienates even supporters. I know this for a fact. People come to, you know how I relate to young people? I relate to those who have found certain problems with the spokespeople of this particular movement. I'm not interested in the other ones. Everybody knows the other movements. But there's a new boy on the block, as the expression stays. And many of us have been waiting for that new kid on the block. And so we have a stake in it. And wherever it seems to be going wrong, we're going to tell the truth to that new kid. And the supporters who also say they have allied thinking with us, that's all. But go and watch that tape all over again. Introduce that tape to any kind of neutral jury, members of whom don't even know anything about the Nigerian situation. Talk about body language, talk about vocal language, talk about the actual text of Datti's pronouncements. This is intimidation, and it's not acceptable. I refuse to be part of that kind of language.
That was what Professor said. And true, when I look at both cases, the Obidients and Professor Wole Soyinka, with all due respect, honestly speaking, instead of seeing Professor Wole Soyinka alone, na corner they see for in pockets, and these are the arguments. When I told you that the way they are going to coordinate the level of propaganda, some of them will be coming out like observation, innocent criticism, and the rest of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be, what did he say wrong now? What did he say wrong? Well, here is something, okay? There is a kind of intentional silence of those who claim to be elder statesmen in Nigeria when INEC was running amok. Sure you get? And they are more concerned about reactions of the people, right? Who is like beating a child and then saying, why are you crying? Or this is how you should cry. Here it is. I was almost asking, where is Professor Wole Soyinka? Until I was like, why am I asking of him? He's an old man. Sure you get? Somebody who is nearly 90 years old. Normally, every young person, right, should know that, a revered man and all that, 90 years old man. I mean, I wouldn't take all their words, especially when it comes to today's Nigeria. However, over time that I observed, you see, those who seems to be so angry, should I use anger? No, anger. Those who kind of are more tribal and then violently tribal when they are kind of, pushing the old order. They are mostly the people who are like of the older generation. What is it? They are like, this younger generation seems to be, they are aggressive. They don't have respect simply because they refuse to be just led by their noses and all that. So everyone who is associated with the old order agreed that their problem with Toby is you, the Obidients. I mean, I've heard, some older people, they said, they would have actually, but the reason why they would never, they don't want to see all these young people happy, thinking that they have now conquered, they have arrived. It is like a generational thing, Abi. When the rigging was going on, you would expect people like them to raise an alarm and say, hey, what you are playing with is more or less like fire. Somebody like themselves, instead of gaslighting people. But it is time for them to start coming out, and they will start offering, and all of you will look at them and be like, Professor. But Professor, you didn't say anything since February. You didn't say anything about all of these exposés. In fact, then they will just dabaru everything, blah, 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 like, then you get confused. But don't be confused. Don't be like them. So the Obidients are now saying that instead of gaslighting them, what about the likes of Femi Foni-Kayode? What about the likes of Ononuga? What about the likes of Otubokeyamo, who have publicly, openly threatened people? What about what happened in Lagos when the Igbos were publicly attacked and prevented from exercising their own right as Nigerians? How come you turn around and you're like, well, the reason why he lost, he didn't lose because it was rigged. He didn't lose because people were killed. 88 people killed across Nigeria because of election. That's where the anger of the Obidients is coming from. And if you have read the media today as well, it's been like a second civil war in Nigeria on social media this time around between the Middlebelters and the Northerners. When they say Northern Nigeria, over time, which is one of the reasons why they said, except if Tinubu choose Muslim tickets, he should forget the North. Because according to them, they Islamic North. They are Islamic North. Hausa, Fulani, Islamic North. People will no reach 20% of the population of this so-called North, though. And they are now calling the Christians who are the indigenous population of the Middle Belt part of Nigeria. They call them enclave of Christians. How many are they? The religious war that they are actually propagating as we speak, was ignited by them, started by them. According to them, if you want the North, if you want the support of the North, you must pick a Muslim. You all know this, but Abusi will never let you kind of think how wrong that is. How wrong that is, and why that is actually the genesis of this. So right now, 2023 election, which has also shown how divided Nigeria is, has also started second civil war of Nigeria. But for now, it never go physical. But they don't do what they call the Middle Belt of Nigeria movement. They are people. They are not Islamic North. They are not Hausa. They are not Fulani. They are indigenous people. And this time around, nobody should call them Northern Nigeria anymore. You either call them Kwara Rafa, Nok. In fact, they said the highest population of the people of the Middle Belt of Nigeria, which cut across all these states here. No thanks to APC. When you see APC, just say thank you. 2023 election, Muslim tickets that they are trying to blame other people for, point fingers, as further polarized Nigeria. And the young people, I'm talking about something so strong. You may call it, they are just jokers and all that. Until Lamido Sanusi said, Nigeria has never been this divided. He said Nigeria has not been more divided as it is now. As it is now compared to when Nigeria fought civil war. Look at the people that actually make up the Northern Nigeria, the indigenous people of Northern. Now they are saying that they don't call us Northern Nigeria. Nigeria have 6 regions, they are saying, Abi. No wahala. We are not dealing with that. The Northern region, they call it Core North or Sharia North, and then Northern region. Sharia region and Northern region. So the Sharia region and Northern region is between the Fulani and the Hausa. The Middle Belt, which is the largest part of the entire Nigeria, come see history. wait, I'm coming back to that Wole Soyinka. Sure, you get this particular one. Interest me. Can't see how then they open history for themselves. They said, you see that part, that is green, that they normally always call North Central. It is a political setup. The people they now said they are nothing. These are the people the Fulani called nothing. Because they are Christians. Most of them are Christians. And then traditional worshippers. Sure you get. So they call them infidel, kafirin. So they have managed, right, to infiltrate some of these places and ensure that they have hijacked power in these places as well to align with the caliphate of the north. Now, the problem now is this. The young people from these areas versus the Sharia jihadist Boko Haram followers from northern Nigeria, or the jihadist north, the Islamic one that's always threatening people, right? And then in fact killing people simply because of if you say something about their prophet, or if they say that if they accuse you rightly or wrongly, you can get killed. Now that is the upper. Those are the areas that are closer. They are Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, Kano, Jigawa, Gombe. You get Yobe, Borno. There are areas that are close to Niger, Chad, Mali, Cameroon, and all these places where they call it the Sahel. Now you see those in the middle. For years, they were tricked into believing that they are safer when they are bigger. When they are together, they are bigger. So they are safer politically. But when Ahmadu Bello was alive, sure you get, Ahmadu Bello, also a chronic, divisive, tribalist as well, historically. All of those who claimed, except for Azikiwe, all of those, including Awolowo, all of those who fought for the independence, or in fact, the first republic leaders of Nigeria, they were all more interested in their regional development than Nigeria at first. Sure you get. Now, Azikiwe want that, no, we are better. You know what I mean? Anyway, so after the Civil War and all that happened, where after the Civil War, that Gowon decided to, this Gowon became the head of states, yeah? And he decided to create states from regions. So what they did was that they now, because, Gowon is from Jos, Abi. Gowon is from Plateau State. Eventually, here you get. So, being the head of state, it was easier to say the Christians are Muslims. They are the same. Gowon was Christian. His deputy was also Christian. Abi? Okay, so if Gowon is from northern Nigeria and is a Christian, his deputy is southern Nigerian, is a Christian, Abi? Now, that's to show that the people of this greener part of Nigeria, Middle Belt, and the northern region, they are one and the same. Historically, that belt, you see that green, it is like the belt that joined the northern Islamic north, and then the secular south, which are the regions like the Yoruba land, as well as the Igbo region, and none like that, So those people, the Middlebelters, the reason why, hang on, let me fix this blinking. Okay. So the people of Middle Belt, right? They are the belts. You get it now? They are like the belts that tie Nigeria together. Sure you get. And who are the Middlebelters? See them. Kebbi, Niger, Kogi, Kwara, Benue, Taraba, Adamawa, you see Southern Kaduna, Plateau, Abuja, you see that center? You see, it's like a belt. If you remove it, if you remove it from that place, this is what you are going to get, and there will be no Nigeria anymore. Do you get that? There will be no Nigeria. So who are these people here? Before they call them all these states. Some of those names are Hausa names. Those states you see in that middle, they are mostly Hausa names. But the people there, the owners of these areas, they are not Hausas. Now, you have in this region, you have the Berom, the Foron, the Gashish, the Ibas, the Irigwe, the Amo, the Rokuba, the Bujis, the Shawes, the Jeres, the Gusus, the Kuramas, the Limoros, the Tariyas, the Tangas, the Janjis. You dey listen? The Duzugas, the Duguzas, the Chocobos, the Rons, the Kuleres, the Mucheres, the Afizeres, the Bogom, the Jar, the Basharawas, the Ogas, the Myetis, the Taros, the Badawas, the Unwaguavus, the Priems, the Mupon, the Chips, the Fiar, the Tal, the Kadung, the Pal, the Bijims, the Kualas, the Pans, the Domax, the Guas, the Athens, the Attackers, the Jukuns, the Kohenoems, the Uoms, the Tel, the Miriams, the Piampongs, the Anagutas, the Goemais, the Baches, the Jarawas. You dey listen? These are not Hausas. These are the people that actually make up that belt. You get that? That belt. But they have presented them for years as Northerners. But you see, 2023 elections, finally, you see, all these years that Fulani terrorists have been killing Nigerians, that you have been hearing a lot, Abi, especially the first time of Bukwari's government, when they were killing people in Taraba, Benue, Yobe,
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know. And we know. Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that, our leadership should have a rethink.
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, Wafi insile.
So 2023 exposed that these are the people, right, that were being killed. Those belts you saw there should have been painted red, not green. They were those holding back the Fulani terrorists for years before they finally invaded southern Nigeria, and we started counting bodies too. So after all of that, somebody now said, that people are using religion. Okay? Some people are using, Obi is using religion to want to win election by telling those people that they say they are nothing, to remain nothing. Sure you get? That's exactly the plan. They should remain nothing. How many are they? What are they? How many are they? We're gone. Why all this noise? The Northern Nigeria. If all the people of Northern Nigeria vote for one party, they are going to, they can elect president, this and that. The people of Northern Nigeria they are talking about, here they are. Including the people in the middle. So everywhere right now, fire for fire. We are not this, so we are not part of, share you get. All of them are now teaching history Omo, it go long go. So, Sanusi said, Nigeria has never been this divided. I didn't say, have I not been saying that here? Have we not agreed here that if all of us want to confess, in all honesty, blame everybody where you want blame? But in your lifetime, have you seen Nigeria this divided? Now, let me tell you something before we fully go into this. Make we understand ourselves very well. When you are dealing with the Agbadorians or the Agbadomites or the people we simply known as the Lagos Abobakus, don't try to, you cannot change their mind. So don't try to say, don't try. And by understanding that, there will be no much wahala. Don't try and say you want to change somebody with the support Tinubu. Why? Why do you want to waste your time? It's not going to happen. No. Same thing. Don't try to want to change the mind of people supporting the Obidients. Don't try. So in my own word, in this temple, I am not trying to convince anybody. I am actually here, right, to present the scenario as they are, point out where they are gaslighting one another, and quickly tell you, just in case, somehow, you get caught up in the propaganda, and by no means you suddenly begin to be Agbadorite, Abi Obidients, based on well, it doesn't really matter. So in my word, I'm not convincing you, okay? For Obidients, when I come here, when I see when you press their neck and they speak out like baby, like that, I give you a thumb up because I've told you many times, you are there, Kama. Keep going, keep pressing, don't stop. Anybody will tell you, say, make you stop, it no go better for them. The same thing with you, all of you who are sitting or standing on a call loose pampas or diapers. A lot of you have been resting in peace inside the hole of Bokwari for years. If anybody tell you to change your mind, no go better for them. Change your mind, DK. With that Nigeria, what will eventually change you, will change you. Now that Nigeria, for now, the people that they have now decided, you know what I mean? The people that have decided to suddenly begin to tell us that some people are more dangerous. Not because they have attacked anyone, or sure you get, but because they may cause problems. I am going to replay that professor's message again. And I want to please, I beg you, if you fit make any sense, with all due respect, Chengbo, if you can make any sense, apart from Angono, apart from the fact that indeed, Datti statement said, by law, listen to this, Datti is not a lawyer, I don't know, but they have lawyers, Abi, and they have their petition, Abi. So he went on TV. Datti is Peter Obi's running mate. Datti went on TV and he said, the Constitution says, before somebody can be president of Nigeria, they must win 25% votes in 24 states, at least 24 states out of 36 states in Nigeria. That is two-thirds. Two-thirds of 36 is 24. Easy peasy, easy math. But the Constitution now said, and Abuja. It didn't say that person must win Abuja. It said he must win 25% votes in 24 states. Shongbo, and Abuja, and the Yenshaluwa Dawala Leba Yense. And everybody because of this and grammar everywhere, sound everywhere, senior advocate here, on social media, off social media, hand the problem. Because some are saying that the people who crafted the law, they did it carefully, intentionally, because they don't believe that somebody will win election all over Nigeria and they will not be able to win 25% in Abuja. Abuja have no governor. Sure you get? Therefore, any president that's going to sit in Abuja as president of Nigeria should be able to win 25% of the voters in that city. However, some is interpretation of law. Are you with me? Former senior advocate of Nigeria, former attorney general of Nigeria, Anduaka, he came out and he said, that thing they have settled it. This issue of tutodo, if you want to die everything rule, we are going to have to go back to 1979. Awolowo versus Shagari. Share you get? 2/3. What is 2/3 of 17? What is this and that? Richard Akinjide and all of that. Because once you make, when what they said, Abuja is treated as a state. Therefore, Nigeria have, in the face of the law, Femi Falana said, in the face of the law, Abuja is treated as a state. Therefore, Nigeria have 37 states. So 2/3 of that 37 states or more, sure you get, is what can make anybody president. So if you win 25% in 36 states, the whole 36 states, and you don't have one in Abuja, does that mean that you cannot be president? That's the argument of Falana. Others are now saying, Baba, calm down. This one is not Jari. In 2010, Supreme Court said section, and what they said is that, and Abuja is just to give legitimacy to the person that will be seated, because that president of Nigeria is also the governor of Abuja. Constitution. That is what Datti now went to Channels Television to say. And what? And Abuja. What do you mean and Abuja? And okay, if you want Tinubu in without and Abuja, democracy is dead in here. You see the argument of the law and all that. That is what Professor Wole Soyinka said. No. That's that. Come on. Then he complained about you, the Obidients. Una no dey agree any small thing. Even if somebody is not, maybe the way they present the message, maybe they want to say something that, advice. If you want to give advice, be careful. It is better you be like Mayegu. If I won't call you weird, I'll call you weird. Sure you get. If I won't face you, I say, she what? I want that now. Yeah. If I feel like telling you, I go talk am. You can be like me. So people can everybody can judge you in a way and say, oh, so is it the for example, when PDP stand and the APC here, when you see the mekanite, the articulator, the articulated the mugus, the articulated the looters, when they stand here, and then you see the Lagos Abobaku, Soshogbu, Alimajiris, the crumb beaters, crumb chasers, aslickers, and they are here. And Mayegu is standing in the middle. You see, this Mayegu is a very useless man. I thought he has sense in it. Can you believe that? That is from articulated moron. Then you will now see sophisticated moron from the Buhari Diot clan. That one will now face the articulator. Oh, so you say know him, Abi? I thought it's just me. Oh. They will now agree. Both of them will now agree and say, this Mayegu is a useless person. See them, see two ways. So me uniting two ways every now and then. But let's talk it. It's argument of the law. Sure you get. So when the Obidients, when you want to advise them, you need to first You go read and reread what you want write. Or else, whatever you get, anything where you get them. For me, whatever I get. But for now, if you fight them, you know the problem that is going on right now in Nigeria, that is going to work in the favor of Kolu, Tifnumbu, is that almost everyone that disagree with Nigeria, and they have different groups or party or this and that, who believe that APC failed. You get almost all of them are also saying even APC fail. Disobedient. We cannot let them have Nigeria. We are scared of them more than APC. Which kind jazz be this? All of them agree APC must go. For 8 years. It can't reach the time you can't pursue APC. They can't leave APC. At APCO, at PDPO, at my friend Oshowore, at then who else? And all of them, they now believe that these guys are more dangerous. That's when I know that Kolun Logun, they must be. The Obidients are considered dangerous because they no degree. If you talk one, they don't talk 20. If you capture one of them, it could come like say you steal a car, you steal chicken for market. The way they will be screaming at you. So all it will take is for somebody to just say, hey, guys, it's wrong information. It's wrong. It's a sarcasm. It's a sarcasm. Sarcasm, but don't they do sarcasm? Yeah, we would do sarcasm. We would laugh with you. Okay, no the sarcasm with anything obio because we know all of you. So this is what I think somebody like Professor Wole Soyinka, that's where he's coming from. He's coming from that background of, they have told me a lot about you. You know, that kind of, they've told me a lot about you. Not because I want to know about you. Especially, they said you are good, but your followers, they are very, very unruly. Anybody will come like this, go collect. Any small thing like this, they don't even see old man. Iruri Professor Wole Soyinka. Ni mo fi damo pe agbalagba long dragging in larin crowd. I told you my car broke down today. It can't be like say I felt like na Boko Haram, na like kidnappers hold me. You know what happened? Once they are telling me you are going to pay this, we are going to pay that, and all of that, this is Agbeke. I don't even know if she's not going to need some crash courses to visit Nigeria. Because she's never seen any kind of setback like that, I believe, in her life. You get? She was there. Calm down. Calm down. I'm a soroni. We will discuss. You know that kind of Ijebu in me, like Orolamaso. Let them come here. When I pick up the phone, when I finish that call, my first account enter overdraft. Red. I was like, okay. So when the van man came and he did, blah, 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 he was like, he can't walk. But we have to tow from here to Glasgow. How much? How much? I said, how much is towing vehicle? From here, 82 miles. If I buy 20 pounds fuel now, it will give me about 120 miles. I will get home and, let him come back, one pound per mile, maybe 82 pounds, maybe 100. The guy came back and he said, bad news. What's the news? It's going to be 388 pounds and then 60 pence. Or more. From that moment, I was like, Now, in that situation, in that my own dilemma, now from there, where they open my bonnet, they look. Now I peep. Professor Wole Soyinka moving up. When I open my phone, why are they dragging Professor Wole Soyinka? They said once you have a corn in your pockets, sometimes, even when you want to try to disguise it, okay, is this one is, show doctor video in Nikati Kokobe because na live broadcast on Arise Television. Because when Professor Wole Soyinka first started, he was talking about dirty, this and that. Then he went on to say, you know, we have this guy, we have this movement. Who is he talking about? Who is the guy on the block? And then who is, you know, it was like, Kini Baba he saw now. Actually, Nike Professor Tin Sharon be Tikolu. Anyway, Mr. Bell, if you see the way they drag Professor Wole Soyinka today, if they no drag him again, it's enough. And in fact, let's take a look. Listen, just once again, Arise TV content, so we'll give that to them. Then there's something I'm going to show you too, okay? Talking about those who threatened Nigeria and even carried out that threat. And nobody had, held them responsible, including Bukwari. See, Professor, Ba make any sense? I beg, make you tell me, make you explain to me in the comment section, okay? Like I'm a 5-year-old boy, okay? Because sense in what so. Not everything, no, as in could make sense.
Which part or what part of Senator Datti Ahmed's statement was unbecoming?
Okay, nearly the totality. Listen, the interviewer asked him several times. He said, what will you do if the Supreme Court judgment is against you? If the interpretation which you are offering about the constitutional aspect of this election, if it is against that of the Supreme Court and they find against you. And he kept saying, no, it's not even open to analysis. The word says and it's very clear. And the Supreme Court, in its wisdom, had better give this, in other words, his interpretation. This is trying to dictate to the supreme arbiter of the nation. Whatever you think of the Supreme Court, it is an institution we all revert to sooner or later. If not today, then tomorrow. If not about this election, maybe about the next election. But Datti kept saying, no, the Supreme Court has got, in its wisdom, to agree with me. That is what is known as fascistic language. It is not acceptable. And for me, it alienates people. It alienates even supporters. I know this for a fact. People come to me, you know how I relate to young people. I relate to those who have found certain problems with the spokespeople of this particular movement. I'm not interested in the other ones. Everybody knows the other movements. But there's a new boy on the block, as the expression stays. And many of us have been waiting for that new kid on the block. And so we have a stake in it. And wherever it seems to be going wrong, we're going to tell the truth to that new kid. And the supporters who also say they have allied thinking with us, that's all. But go and watch that tape all over again. Introduce that tape to any kind of neutral jury, members of whom don't even know anything about the Nigerian situation. Talk about body language, talk about vocal language, talk about the actual text of Datti's pronouncement. This is intimidation, and it's not acceptable.
Do you get that now? Same line, same. I told you are going to be seeing them on media soon. Interviews. Sure, you get, they will be coming out. Oh, you are intimidating. Oh, you are, you know what I mean? But the point here is this. It is called hypocrisy. It can actually do both. Condemn that statement. And at the same time, condemn Tinubu, who failed to rein in his own thugs in Lagos and all over Nigeria as well. Do them in a balanced way. People died. People were, this video, he saw a video where he was, where the statement he made until he made a statement that the Supreme Court will do the right thing. And if they fail to do the right thing, right, and that Tinubu is sworn in, okay, then democracy is dead in Nigeria. It's pretty much like somebody forced himself on the people and he says, go to hell, what are you going to do about it? Then you can't call that democracy anymore. To this day, the only people who haven't called for protest are the these same people who are intimidating the judiciary, intimidating Tifnumbu, intimidating and threatening. You know what I mean? They are intimidating because they are talking. Or somebody who actually knows the law has something to say. Different from this.
The problem is because there's a strong feeling that Mr. Tinubu will be sworn in and the petitions are running. And there's that feeling, but if the man is sworn in, then what are we doing in the courts? That's the problem. And that's why I say, let's get these petitions resolved. I don't agree with Mr. Lai Mohammed that what Mr. Obi is saying is treason. I don't agree. But if we go below what the problem is, it's to do with the fact that Mr. Tinubu is likely to be sworn in on 29th of May 2023, whilst the petitions are not even heard. So why don't we try, even if we fail? Suppose my theory of 7 days doesn't work, but let us try now. Let's try to see if we can get it going. And if we get it going, that is a plus for everybody. Why must we be in this continuous political, quagmire of everywhere is in confusion? I really would urge the tribunal and legal team on both sides to do their possible best to push this case to the possible limit where we can see if there can be a conclusion before the swearing in. But clearly, I have said that I do not believe, and the Constitution does not recognize anything like an interim government. It's a total contraption. So as it stands now, Mr. Ahmed Tinubu is the president-elect, whether we like it or not. And he's going to be sworn in on May 29th, whether we like it or not. Many guys are going to be unhappy because they will say we have petitions. So in order to balance out justice, could we please get these petitions, if they can be resolved before that date, so that everybody is happy? If Peter B loses, then he goes home and knows he's lost. But why hang the thing? I can understand Peter B's concern and Datti Mohammed's outburst if Mr. Tinubu is being sworn in at Eagle Square and the petition is hanging in the Court of Appeal. That doesn't sound too right to me. So where we strike the balance is to give our best possible shot to finish the petitions. Let us at least try. There's no point all sitting down and saying, can it be done? Let's try to see if it can be done.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that you talk about and you push a strong case for the fact that it can be done, even though it's never been done in Nigeria, but doesn't rule out the possibility that it can be done. But I asked the question earlier, and I'd like you to revisit it if possible. Bearing in mind all the things you said, why is it then not an option to take? Why is it taking so long? As you mentioned, the courts haven't yet responded, at least until now, to the petition submitted by both Mr. Peter Obi and Alhaji Atiku, because a number of parties did submit their petitions. What is stopping judiciary? What is the barrier? Why can't we achieve this? What are the issues? I know we've talked about, justice being served, not to subvert justice, but what are the bigger issues beyond just a will to make this happen?
Look, I sat on the NJC, the National Judicial Council, for almost 4 years, and I found the place toughy and very conservative. And I pushed the case all the time that the National Judicial Council ought to do a lot more than it is doing. And that's the problem. We need to modernize the justice sector delivery process. I've got a case in court, even though I'm former president of the Nigerian Bar Association. It has sat in the High Court for 12 years. 12 years. Some cases take 20 years. There's something wrong. The confidence in the judiciary, which I expressed at an interview, I think, with Channels, is the fact that people say if you go to court, you don't get any decision. You just sit down there. So isn't it time that the National Judicial Council can say, look, no, there's something wrong here. We need to shake things up. And that's what Ghana did, and that's what Kenya did. Kenya, how is it possible that Kenya can finish down in 1 day? And we can't. We have more judges than Kenya. We had our judges out in Kenya training people, sitting on their high courts. So why can't we do it? We're not doing it because of lethargy. That's all. There's no other reason. The elections were on 25th February to March 25th. This is going a month and a half. Nothing. That beggars belief, as far as I'm concerned. Beggars belief. So I appeal to our legal system to shake the entire thing up. I've been at this thing of reform of the judiciary for the last 25 years, and I've only seen two judges, two CJNs that I am proud to say were very vocal. The first was Mr. Justice Belgore. You know, remember when OBJ was going around the whole place doing impeachments? I, as NBA president, and Belgore CJN stopped it. We absolutely stopped it. We said we won't have this nonsense. We issued practice directions and it stopped. The other one was when Mr. Justice Dahiru Mustafa was the CJ of Nigeria. But unfortunately for him, he only stayed 6 months. He came out, I was a consultant, he came out with a radical set of new rules, which if had been implemented, wouldn't be in this morass we are in. So please, can the NJC give some bite to the judicial process so that there can be confidence? Because confidence in...
Today, I want to declare without equivocation.
Do you know that? You listen to that, Abi, and somehow you agreed with Agbakoba. Those are the people that see were like, okay, they know they won't do it. The old delay, INEC, hide and seek, they are all part of the game. Just to get Kolu sworn in. And then they will begin in fact, they are now saying that the whole effort right now is actually to get Peter Obi to make sure that they run him out of town so that he can run away. That's why they are accusing him of treason. That's why you're going to begin to see some people you believe that are elderly people and all of that, or elder statesmen. They will be talking about unity. They'll be talking in Alayo. Those are the establishment. So when you check their pocket, you go see Agbado there. And the Obidients no they agree. They no they agree. That's another headache. They no they agree. Oloma Yekok Pada proscribe. Make them no finally proscribe Labour Party, proscribe Obedience, and they will call you terrorist. Because you haven't attacked anybody. You have not in any way harmed anyone. There's no record of that. But as of today, almost every one who is fighting APC, who was fighting APC, they have found worthy opposition in you. Have you not noticed? Everybody want to fight you. Everybody. And you, now everybody you want fight too. You attack Showore to the point that Showore supporters that are attacking Obi, one of them I ask, Baba, wait, I thought you kind of love things that are more transparent and all that. You are supporting Showore, which is great. I like that. How come you can't all this way they write about Obi and all that? Say, I know I don't like the Obi, I like the Obi guy. Sure you get. But you see those Obedients, every morning, they don't mess up with my mental health. Showore not do them anything now. What did Showore do them? Anything like this, when Showore say like this, Omo, you could come be like saying Showore, they rule Nigeria since 1960. I said, but that's everybody they do it now. But your own, you are cerebral. Like you are kind of, there's no cerebrity here. Forget cerebral. Those people, those Obedient, they are mob. Why they are mob? I don't even understand why you are allowing them on your platform. I was like, I allowed you on my platform too. There were times that almost every day, free Showore, free this person, fight for that, raise fund for this, raise fund for that. I be sure to forget, I remember, well, this Obedient, you have always been like, it's like you are one of those giving them energy. I say, okay, sorry, is that why you kind of have to fire for fire, fire for fire, anything where I can see, I have to post it. Everything I'm posting I'm posting them so that to make myself feel better. Okay, so which means everybody is toxic now. So the Obedient, when they see anybody, I don't know, a lot of people can handle that. Showore can handle everybody. But there's something I know about him. No matter how you see him, no matter how you feel about him, if the whole thing comes down to fighting for what is finally right, even if, for example, right, let's say they annul the election, okay, and then Obi, For example, Emma Jami jail. For example, Mukuna no bite me. Example ni mokwe. The Supreme Court constitution now Obi win. So some people are now saying that Lai no go happen. We go burn this country and all of that. Showore go still join everybody and say the right thing must be done. You know that it will be at the forefront when all of you are going to be out. Our mandate to kill us. We no go agree. We no go agree. It will still join you. You know that, and all of you are not giving him his flower. Rather, you are always waiting for time to drag him. Drag him like say na tiger generator. He has his own followers too. Nigeria system that is allocating numbers. They have maintained. In fact, what they are doing to you in your Labour Party today, that they are trying to remove your chairman, go to court, do this and that, bribe people, and in fact, blackmail you, create factions. They did it with Showore too. So everybody is attacking everybody. You know, the funniest thing is that things I have seen, when the Obidients and the revolutionary, when they hold themselves like this, leave me. So they're leaving. I'm not gonna leave you. They hold themselves like this on social media. I say, why are they fighting? Did you not see why he wrote about Showore? If not because Showore fought for democracy, all of you will be here. All of you will be here. Showore fought for democracy. Shut up, your mouth. Showore did not fight for democracy. Showore is this. Now, why are you long? PDP and APC, those one will now be watching. Say, hey, no Grio. Revolution from Obedient. They will now be looking at them. Now me they record, now me they send the video and all of that. Now me they troll all of them too. I mean, as well. But the point I'm trying to make is that it breaks hearts. A lot of you may not see any reason into this, right? But it breaks hearts. When and Showore has kind of the revolution now, they have been under attack for so long. You know that, the IPOB and the what you call IPOB and then Sahara reporters and Showore. If Sahara reporters post anything, now Showore post them. People don't believe that Showore no did there. See, Showore, you have started again, Abi. They go soon arrest you again. They're supposed to shoot you for that your leg where you they take do a luta. See this one, no, now cash thief. You know what I mean? But when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya and he was brought to Nigeria, Showore was one of the first set of people who actually got the information, arrived in that court, indeed broke the news. Some people didn't even believe it. He will be there when he knows there is injustice. When Oloye Sunday Igboho was there, the Yoruba nation and all that, some people, now when that, if Sahara say anything about Yoruba nation, now Showore said them, oh yeah, live. Showore, you know what I mean? It was always like that. When they came for Oloye Sunday Igboho and they kidnapped 12 people from his house, Showore was also there in the court to ensure that at least somebody was there. And it was one of the first set of people that got there. Today, the Obedient, anywhere where they see them, say, so if tomorrow things turn, be rest assured, it will also be there. So as we say, anything Sahara publish right now against Obi, now Showore publish them. You cannot tell me otherwise. You cannot tell the Obedient otherwise, rather. Now Showore, you have started, Abi. That is why you are supposed to go and be. That's why you are supposed. You know what I mean? Great. The point I am making is that all of these are to the advantage of Tinubu and APC. This is what is called divide and rule. And since the rhetoric right now is that the Obedient are the most dangerous, they are the most feared because they know the degree. Watch how the pattern is going. It will come be like say they give everybody scripts. Princess, I beg there's a dog in the midst. Some people, our people have been distracted there in that comment. Please, I understand that you have the spanner with you. I beg, help us tighten that boat. Can we say? We are fake it, but you really. And when you meet the Obedients, as in you just want to listen to them and say, come. Why are you so passionate about this? Esther, sorry, are you living in Nigeria or outside Nigeria? You say, no, I'm living in Nigeria. You dey mad ni. You want to whine me ni. You dey ask me why. I'm fighting for my life. You are asking me why I support Obidients. If you say, no, I'm not living in Nigeria. Now under the rock you dey live. You no get internet. You no get television. Yes, sir. I don't get time. I know they ask me that stupid question though, because people will know even the Nigeria know what's in the Nigeria. You they ask me, say, why am I passionate? I dey fight more for my life. You they ask me stupid question. Well, you are not supposed to be angry. Yes, I'm only, do I look angry to you? Look at this man. I say, the way I'm talking, do I look angry? You're asking me stupid. Okay, that's all right. Only that's all right. What is all right? Do Nigeria look all right to you? Say, everybody, it's mad. You know, get?
What's going on?
Igboro to Daru. But back to the same thing. A lawyer just said, if they wanted the reform to avoid all of this, in fact, to avoid all the court cases generally, why can't you just conduct real election, like for real? Or don't conduct any. Just appoint somebody, let that person be in charge. We don't like her. Now you choose them. Why who care whether you like her or you don't like her? And everybody go get used to that. You divided Nigeria along religion, ethnic. Then you turned around. You are now putting words in the mouth of, illegitimate president. Who is Kalu going to convince that he's going to restructure Nigeria? After all the balabulu of Professor Wole Soyinka on this issue, right? I'm going to share this clip with you. This was in 2011 when Bokwari lost the election, or before he lost the election, and sorry, he was running and eventually lost. He said, and he riled his own. Nobody have ever spoken like this from Southern. I don't think.
Kukaza, Kuzale, Kureka, Kujura, you want to about Halakashi.
Post-election.
He riled his base and he told them, because he said he asked the number to be president, but the Southerners are those rigging him. But this time around, if they rig the election, the baboon monkey will be soaked in blood. Then he told them with a sword, go out there, kill them. If you see any of them who carry any ballot box, kill them. Yeah, this and that. No politicians have said that, except Bokwari, the terrorist. And nobody has actually held Bokwari responsible for what happened in that 2011, where almost 1,000 people were slaughtered and killed in northern Nigeria because Bokwari lost election. And they believe that the non-Muslims are those who made Bokwari lose election. Nearly 1,000, including women and children, because he lost. The likes of Professor Wole Soyinka probably won't want us to think like that, because that's in the past. Abi? Anyway, Bumi Kogbake, I want to maintain Nikes Pelulele. The Obidients, they are now responding and they are saying, you want to charge us for treason? You said go to court, go to court. What do they do in court? What do you think they are doing in court? They go there to go and share coke, and then what? When these people are like, when the likes of MC Olueron, Femi Fonica, and the rest. Now, this is the India wars, not me. Okay, I will let you listen to them. They don't reply everybody.
Good morning, everybody. So sorry for keeping you guys. It's part of the things I suffer in the hands of Nsika, my elder brother. Okay, it's your tip, and I decided to call for this press conference. I'm just going to be reading this, and I'm going to be fast about it because you guys have been waiting so that you can go. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Okay. A press release by the Global Network for Sustainable Development. The noise about the purported Obi leaked call unnecessary. We condemn in strong terms the unnecessary noise. Okay. We condemn in strong terms the unnecessary noise about the purported leaked audio conversation between the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, and the founder of the Living Faith Church, Bishop David Oyedepo. For the record, Obi's team has since discredited the said audio conversation. His media aide, Valentine Obeyem, made this clear in a statement on Sunday that his principal's conversation with Oyedepo was badly doctored. So why the noise? But even if the purported conversation were to be true, key political actors have made bigoted statements in both the past and in the present. And today, we see them in power, and no one has said anything about them. President Muhammadu Buhari, while contesting for the presidency, once said that the Muslims should not vote for Christians. And today he sits comfortable as the president of our dear country, Nigeria. He even threatened that the dogs and the baboons would be soaked in blood should the election not be conducted as expected. Now the question is, who are the dogs and who are the baboons? These questions always come up. At the height of the tension over Muslim tickets, some Islamic clerics gathered and declared that it was a jihad. Some Islamic clerics gathered and declared that it was a jihad. And if the Tinubu and Shetima lost the election, it would be a loss or defeat for Islam. Now, I ask this question. What is worse, perpetrating an evil or creating awareness about the evil being perpetrated? What is worse, waging a religious war or crying out that a religious war is being waged? What is worse, killing a people or crying that people are being killed? Those calling out Peter Obi today are nothing but a bunch of shameless hypocrites. That's my own words. And can you actually say that the Muslim ticket of the APC is of the religious interest to Nigeria? Was it religiously balanced? Was it also fair to equity in a religious climate like Nigeria? Can you say that it was conceived and executed in good faith? The architects of this evil plot bragged that it was a jihad. Is jihad not war? While religious bigotry is worse than Muslim ticket, which religious bigotry is worse than a Muslim ticket? Why are the architects of the same faith ticket not being ashamed today by the global public? It is the height of inhuman cruelty to beat a child and declare his tears illegal. To cut the skin and not expect it to bleed is rather insensitive. I also made this clear in our last press conference. Furthermore, Section 37 of the 1993 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, provided for the rights of privacy of citizens. Every citizen of Nigeria is entitled to their privacy, be it in their homes, communications with people by way of letters, telephone, or telegraph is protected and guaranteed by the Constitution of our dear country, Nigeria. Those who leaked the purported telephone conversation acted in breach of a citizen's confidentiality and the right to privacy, and it is malicious, callous, and criminal for placing Obi's purported private conversation in the public domain. Those behind this act and behind the plot are liable to criminal prosecution. We are aware that the All Progressive Congress orchestrated this act, and which is also an act of blackmail to distract Nigerians from challenging the party's purchased victory at the last concluded presidential election. And from what I see online and what I've been seeing, I think the political parties have a role to play in this blackmail that is happening. Political scavengers like Fani political scavengers like Femi Fani Kayode. I used to be a fan of FFK, but I'm shocked at what is happening now. And he didn't just hesitate to feast on such a stinking carcass of poorly scripted blackmail. The infamous politician, who has now become an infamous political almajiri, I called him that in a post I wrote some time ago. He used his office as the director of New Media APC Presidential Campaign Council to carry out similar dirty jobs before, especially against Tinubu's opponents. Why didn't anybody come out to say anything? It is regrettably that the so-called ruling party has reduced politicking in Nigeria to cheap blackmailing and throwing of tantrums. It is a pity that issue-based politics have been murdered in Nigeria by sycophants and desperate politicians who thrive on blackmails and character assassination. We don't want Nigeria to go down that way. It is a shame that a party that claimed to have won election has resulted to underhand practices and cheap blackmail against a purported loser instead of defending their victory in court. We are even more angered by Femi Fani Kayode, as you call him FFK, on his call to the security agencies to declare Peter Obi a master terrorist for purportedly describing the election as a religious war. If we are to be in a sane society, I think Femi Fani Kayode should be in the prison by now with all the things he's doing. But nobody is saying anything. Why? We also want to use this medium to ask the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, to press charges against those who leaked the doctor telephone conversation with Bishop Oyedepo. The leaked conversation is an invasion of his privacy. With incidents like this, one may be forced to ask if we are now safe in Nigeria to have private telephone conversations. We therefore call on the telecommunication companies in Nigeria to rise up to their responsibility of protecting their customers' privacy. Finally, we called on Nigerians to ignore the blackmail and focus on retrieving the mandate they gave to Peter Obi from those who stole it. The wishes of the people expressed at the pool can never be suppressed.
Our Christian brothers who are in the ruling party, they didn't copy from their Muslim brothers how they hold high their religious leaders. It is very easy for them to come out and discriminate those that we hold in high esteem. We are coming to tell them that enough is enough. They must not, by any guise, demonize our religious leaders. Therefore, we want to bring to the notice of Nigerians as an organization that Nigerians have all seen the APCs and its cohorts diverting our attention as a nation from the procured mandate of their presidential candidate, scavenging for fake AI, acclaimed leaked audio of Bishop Oyedepo and His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi. We saw all the shenanigans on rampage in the general election, yet the APC and its government.
Right. So that's their response to the propaganda and all that against Obi. But wahala dey. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. That's Femi Fani Kayode, Musili Yoruba Nikoro, Reuben Abati. And then what's that guy's name again? The one that is now governor of Bauchi State. Why do I always kind of forget his name? So these are the people who were the rat where eats money in the hand of Dasuki. And according to APC, they were the first set of people that APC locked up, that they collected money. Bala Muhammad, God bless you. Bala Muhammad, that's the one in the far left. That is now the governor of Bauchi. So they collected money. Some collected money for prayer. Abati collected money for media, for breakfast for media, or something for the boys. Musili Obanikoro collected money to go and rig election in Ekiti. Femi Fonikayo, they collected money, cooking up lies on social media for PDP and Jonathan. Billions and billions and billions of money went in. And Bokwari came, they said the money they gave to them was the money that they were supposed to use to fight corruption. Now, Femi Fonikayo is now a leader in APC. But unfortunately, he is supposed to be from Osun State, Ile-Ife, Femi Fonikayo. But inside APC, Femi Fonikayo that is now talking about Yoruba heritage, Yoruba this. Somebody was supposed to come from the source, so Ile-Ife. About Abia Logbeni represents APC, sha. Abia delegate ni Bobo Isha. Irukati kati wolele. Omo Ile-Ife. Somebody that is now spewing, vile and hateful messages against other tribes in Nigeria, claiming to be doing so, defending Yoruba land. Ashi Abia delegate in APC. Some people are now saying that if you have a picture of Femi Fonikayo, they're voting in a polling unit in Ile-Ife, they will give you 1 million naira. Have you heard about that offer? If you have a picture of Femi Fonikayo, any picture, old or new, where Femi Fonikayo is voting in Ile-Ife or in Lagos or in Abuja, they will give you 1 million naira. This guy know they vote. It's just, you know what I mean? A guy for hire. You there with me? In 2014, 2015, it was everywhere because of what PDP paid him. He said a lot of things against Bokwari APC. They are terrorists. They are this. He has information. They are planning to Islamize Nigeria. This and that. Immediately, APC Egbe came in. It didn't stop until when they finally offered him a plate. And when they offered him a plate, slot no day fell. Abia. What we go call this one now? Now, this is somebody who has been sharing hateful messages. And all these hateful messages have been directed at the Obidients. Somebody came and he said, Omogal. I never believed that in my life. Mayegun will now be defending Obi. Alabosi ni Amoru yin. Abosi yin o jẹ mi mọ́ kò tiẹ̀ jẹ mi rí náà. Because nígbà tí mo ń defend the Shiites. It's of me pé in your life you never believed that Abi, when I was exposing what they are doing to them new. When I was exposing what they are doing to the revolution now, the Showore and everybody then. That your useless life, yeah. That in this your useless life, I never believed that Mayegun will be defending, and they're talking about the revolution now. Abi? And then, okay, well, you saw me also spent and continue to spend enough time exposing the propaganda and then the state-sponsored genocide of Nigeria against the Igbos. Oh, Debbie Gozogbuya, in your useless life, you never believed that one day will come. Mayegun will be defending the injustice against these people too. So for this one, they are your karma. So in fact, they are the reason why majority of you are always praying. Sure you get that nothing should happen to Kolu. Make May 29 come quick. So what do you think I should do? I should help you bring their story here. Make them press your neck. Because what you are interested in is that you want people that are going to keep quiet while they lead every one of us lead every one of us to the slaughterhouse. Ọlọ́run ò ní fún yín ṣe. Tó bá jí ẹ gbé, I will talk about you too. Mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ ẹ́ rí. Tó bá pa ẹ́, tó pa ẹ́ dànù, tí bá, whatever tó ń kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ. If I get the news, I will also use you as a case study for olórí burúkús like you too. Because the injustice in Nigeria, it knows sabi tribe, it knows sabi religion, it knows sabi anything that some of you wanted to hide behind. So don't come here. Hey, I don't believe in my life. What kind of radarada life do you really have? Let's be honest. Radarada life that APC have completely messed up. Abi? Aye will not learn. Waste of time, waste of space. If the injustice touch you, I don't have to know you. I will run my program because you know what? An injustice, that is going about. They spare anybody. That's last. According to Pastor Ruga.
He don't cast, that's last. Everybody go chop breakfast. He don't cast, that's last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
Please, why can't you just emulate a call? Save yourselves from high blood pressure. Don't die young because you want to make sure that you give it to Mayegun. Every night you come here, you don't have to something. When you come here and you sit here, the advertisers who are trolling every platform everywhere say, who be this one? I ain't get 80,000 views in 24 hours. What's in the talk? 24. How did he get 3,000 people? You know what I mean? Benny, come now. We'll give you something. We'll just put our adverts here now. All these people made us see them now. Whether they buy or they don't buy, no matter. We'll just say, well, that's all right. So you can come here. You go get high blood pressure. Follow call. Don't watch me. Don't come here to come out. Chisi, I've told you, the bargain here is this. Those who are following Obi, you cannot change their mind. Seriously, you can't. If anybody tells you that the person is lying. I have seen them in their core. They are expanding. And their strength is unbelievable. So don't try to say, I will bully them, harass them, arrest them, kill them, and all of that. You cannot change their mind. Don't try. It's a fruitless effort. And this advice is for those of you who are in the camp of the Mekano or Agbado. You are wasting your time. Intimidate them, threaten them. Obi's career is dead. Obi this. Now you people career, they die small. You don't know. Before February 2023, they had nothing called governor. State governor, after all the rigging and the manipulation, they have 9 or 8 senators. 8 senators across Nigeria, including Abuja. They have 38 House of Rep members, national from Nigeria, across Nigeria. They put them for Abuja. 39. They have over 88 House of Assembly members, seats from across Nigeria. 88. They don't get anything like that before. But you, Lukman Lati Okoko. Abi Gilotin Talo. Talo Lati Bariga. Tio Nino Tio Ninka Tio you know. Rather to Mbakiri. Now you go come now tell them whose career is over. whose career is dead, and you are telling yourself that, without audio, career Obi is finished. Oh, you don't know, but you don't finish the dear. To vinta Naija bet, abi Naira Betty. You are telling people that have nothing, they had nothing. They gave nobody money. They have nothing in Ineki. They don't know police. And the rest of them, they are looking for them, attacking them. No structure. Twitter, Facebook. Now they have governor. They have assemblies. They have senators. They have reps. I only work where you cause the problem, Abuja. People where the people that you couldn't buy, when they were running against you. Now when they, you have no idea. So I hear a lot of you. I want all of your influencers on social media. Those ones they are giving money to, Abi. All these political jobbers that you call political leaders and the rest of them, when they go to your WhatsApp group where they are cooking and sharing all this nonsense and telling you, Peter Obi career is over. They are trying to tell you that if this Obi and his people, if they come in, because we don't go get any job anymore. There will be no free money anymore. All of you should go out there and say Obi's career is over. Oh yeah, Loma repeat here. Iwo wiri olokada ibuji. Olokada ibuji. You too, you are jumping on social media. When I listen to that audio, when I hear that video, when I listen to Kiniko, his life is over. Weary. I thought if you mortgage, you know that basically Nigeria the basic that Nigeria is in right now. You, if you live for another 100 years, basically do you know that? Nigeria is so in depth that 88 years, 89 years, these are the lifeline of some of the debts. Can you even imagine? How many days are we supposed to live in this earth, on this earth, that you will use 89 years of your life to pay basic? Most of your children, your grandchildren, your children, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years now, they are going to be living in poverty. A lot of you don't know that. God forbid. God will open the way. God, just God ló build the gate of the contraption in Nigeria. Did they tell you that the gate that is holding the hell together? Now God hold the master key. Now it's they tell you that. Say prayer is the key. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the master key. Master key. With this base on Nigeria, change here. Face your life. If prayer is your master key, no use on top Nigeria. Stop being deceived about your faith. Your faith will heal this country. We need to pray. No follow them. Pray anything. No. Pray for yourself. If you get any master key, where prayer they use them for yourself. If you use them for Nigeria, wrong number. Trust me. There is no key. God no hold any key. Now the criminals in Nigeria, they are the ones who build the cell. They build the prison. They build everywhere. They build the whole fancy. I hold Nigeria all together. So don't push yourself enough to think that But nevertheless, whatever you do with your life, I am not here to convince you. You are free to do whatever you like with your life, okay? But just know that every choice every choice or decision you make, right? There are consequences. Now, as I was trying to, I didn't try because I didn't even let anybody see me. Remember I said, I saw some people, a lot of them, they drag something. Now, when I move closer, I can't see white hair. That's when I realized that now Professor Wole Soyinka, these boys are dragging. Every professor le Jonah, every professor le. I'm not dragging professor, every professor le. You know, the con in his pocket, because he's a confused old man. Very insulting, Abi. I know. If you are an old man, respect yourself. Here you get. Respect yourselves. Stop going about trying to pass this your moral compass. if you know that you are over 40, okay, and somehow, you are feeling irritated by the activities of disobedient and everything, respect yourself. Okay? Even if you use fake accounts, if they respond to you, the level of response and all of that, it will touch you. Even your fake account. You know, me, Mayegun General, I can't go open fake account. Chukuma, Obi Ezelu. I can't say, we Igbos, we deserve to be taught a lesson. We deserve a Yoruba man using Igbo name on social media. Peter Obi is enemy of Igbo people too. I am Igbo and I know what I'm talking about. Go and see what he did in Akususas. Go and see what he did in this and that. Go and see the people that go and see how he chased Catholic. Go and see how he chased that. Before you know it, you be Shukuma. Obi Ezelu Abi. You the mad. There's no Obi Ezelu. That you see, they first start with Shukuma. Obi Ezelu. What is the historical name of Obi? What is Obi Ezelu Gonsef? Is it nothing like Obi Ezelu in Igbo land? Are you sure? Or is it spelled at Obi Ezulu or Obi Ezumu? So I say nothing. I don't try to make something up. Waiting be Obi. This name no exists. Now fake name. If it be Yoruba man self, and so they go start research on you. You be Igbo, Abi. You are supposed to be Igbo. My Yegun are supposed to be Yoruba, and it's now Shukuma. So when they enter you, it will come like say you be Shukuma true. Alone. I have seen people who have confessed. I was like, they are old people. Some of them older. They are not all young people. And they are those who are trying to pass moral judgment. Why are you so, guys, all of you young people, you don't listen. What elders, what they see when they sit down. If you climb Kilimanjaro, you cannot see it. You know, sin a lie, Abi? With all this due respect to all of you, elders, but you know that's in a lie. Even you, elder, Ezra, if you sit down, what you will see. If I climb Kilimanjaro, I won't see it. Ezra, you know, saying a lie. Abi? Me will fair disrespect you, but irony. Because if it is true, who are those who saw the future of Nigeria like now and they did not tell us? Among you. Who among you? Grandma? You know them. Who among you saw the future 50 years ago when you were sitting down and your papa told you that this country, Boko Haram is coming, Fulani terrorists are coming, and you are going to be paying ransom to terrorists, and you are going to, you know that stuff. How many of you saw that future in Elder Yi and you did not tell us? Because you did not see anything. A lot of you are so surprised and shocked with what Nigeria has become. You are now telling us when you were younger, you were hoping that the future was bright. She bright if future in shall today trust Elder Kokomo? Can we trust Elder Kokomo? Elder sitting down. You are saying that we are impatient. We lack respect. Share the elders that led, the people that led Nigeria for 62 years, that have now dipped us, our generation, into poverty. And they are even blaming us that we are lazy. She won't deserve respect. Daddy. You, don't worry. It dey happen like that. Sometimes I'll talk to you and then you'll be like, yeah, you. Share those elders between you and God and your God, and the day you will also sleep and die. Share those elders who call themselves elders, and with what they have done with Nigeria, do they deserve any respect? Sir? Ma? Any? We should still we should still respect them because of their age. Abi? So our own life and our future could matter because they are old, Abi. That's what the Obidients don't like. It is manipulative. You are beating them and you are telling them how to cry. Then when they cry too much, you say they are shouting and they don't have any respect. do you even respect them? Do you even respect the feelings of these young people? Do the older generation, all of you older generation, passing this moral compass, and justifying the illegality, the rigging, the killings, and everything going on, you are justifying that because some young people are too overzealous. They can't even wait. But yet, in the 60s and 70s, those who were then leading Nigeria, they were in their 20s, early 30s. And those days were called the glorious golden old days. We've never had anything like that anymore. Now you, the elderly, they now tell us how it was then. Thank you, Jare, for those who they feel sorry for us, because I've had the elderly people who say, I really feel sorry for this, for you, younger generation. You have never really tasted what a nation, the fruit of a nation, truly means to the citizens of that country. When Nigeria got independence, this was how it was. We were younger, we were singing, we were happy. We didn't have much, but the little we had, we were so satisfied, and it was so content. You know that? So we were so optimistic that in another 10 years, in another 20 years, we're going to be this and that, but Nigeria happened. So you feel sorry for us. We appreciate you. You are not many. Here you get. Others want to bully us. They want us to learn how to talk to elders. They want us to learn, to show home training, that they trained us well from home. So even if we don't agree politically, we should not talk. We should respect the people that are actually robbing us of our own rights. On different fronts, we still have to respect them because they are elders. Meanwhile, you don't have any respect for us. So that is why I said, when Prof talk and they drag him, when they now told me why they are dragging him, I just said, please, just don't let the hair dirty, okay? My hair dirty. Drag, dada. Because, like you said, you are fighting for your life. Whether they will let you win or not, you are fighting for your life. The generation that ruined your present and your future, it is that generation that's now saying that they can't leave the country for you people because you have no respect. Omo, if I want anywhere, my report, if I see where you did drag them, But the moment I got there, when I said, any suru, before the dragging continue, I said, Professor Kilefe Sok, what did you say one talk on top of this whole thing? Because these people, everybody, now APC turned them to that. APC is radicalizing our citizens. The APC is radicalizing Nigerians. And they are now complaining that Nigerians are becoming radicalized. Professor, because Mama continue dragging here. And so Baba talk say, okay, Tinubu should do restructuring and share power. Maybe because of that, we will not be having all this tension again. I say, sir, camera.
I'm talking about decentralization. That's all I want out of the incoming government, whichever it is. Let us have a genuine, not rhetorical, but a genuine, practical, detailed decentralization, the redevolution of power, more devolution of powers to the various arms, the various tiers of government, state, local government, the reinforcement of civil entities, civil society in the various groupings. That is the kind of structure which I want. You can summarize it in that one word, decentralization. Yes.
Yes, sir. That's what Professor said when he finally spoke to the microphone. That's the only thing I want to say. This wala is too much. Pressure everywhere. Kilo day. It all seems like Nigeria is going to explode. And there's nothing you can even say to this Obidients to calm down. They won't calm down. Why would you say they should calm down? You said go to court, go to court. Now, what Obidients are now saying is that you Obidients, I mean, when they say you Obidients are so insulting, you have no respect. Come on. What is wrong with all of you? You have no, okay, yes, daddy. Can you then please go to court and then meet us in court? That's what they say now. It's so funny. You see some people, they will come. I have son like you. No, sir. If you point that finger at me again, you may have a son that is of my age, but I'm not your son. Remember that. So don't come here and advise me. Sure, you get. That's how the Obidients are doing it. So when they released Professor Soro, Professor was like, at this point, we'll share power. What he is not saying is that we should just break up. Just break up. Hey, Joe, please. Biko. Dalu. Dark Musonu. Yeah. I don't know. Anything, do. The tension will die natural death. The competition will then be within the nations themselves, and they can sort themselves. That's what Professor didn't say. And if we don't do that, the earlier we do that, the better. What came to my mind is this.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. Now mumu na too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise. I'm
mumu man. The earlier we do this, the better. Because as I settled down, I just turned around like this. To move away from where they are dragging Professor. Say, okay, should all of you have heard now. You leave Baba Shetty. Can't you? If you Shetty Baba, no. But when I turned back, MURIC Tori Olong, Lori Lagos Ibadan Expressway. MURIC Akintola Abi Akinola is now saying he's giving Oyedepo 3 days. Obi 3 days to either confirm that audio or deny it, or else about this guy never finish. Or else waiting, they just leave Professor Wole Soyinka. You dey mad? See this Boko Haram, Yoruba Boko Haram. This is one way we say now Yoruba land Boko Yoruba Ronu. This is Kabiru Shokoto or what's the column? MURIC terrorist city Yoruba Ronu, Yoruba think yo omo. Just the enter. I'm waiting be all of this. MURIC, what you go do? It is part of the propaganda. Here you get to heat up the polity, spread the tension. And in Yoruba land, I have it on a very good authority that the poverty that has now enveloped Nigeria, a lot of people are feeling this pang. And this has made a lot of young people, right, vulnerable. Some of them are even converting. Now, it is not for genuine Islam. They are being recruited for God knows what MURIC is collecting money for. Now, there are those mobilizing him. There are those funding him. And every now and then, those who are funding him, they also give him a media clearance. He can say anything. Not against APC. That's it. But anything else, he can fly his religious, what they call it, his religious divisive rhetorics and expand such fanaticism in Yoruba land using religion. So, what's it been? They don't bring waiting sabi chop. Religion, divisiveness. So, in 3 days, you better say go be Akinola Oyedepo. Sorry, Akinola versus Oyedepo versus Obi. You Christians, you better go and find a name for war. There should be another name for war. They call it jihad. And as it be so, 2023 electoral charade has exposed Nigeria beyond what you can think. Okay? The boomerang of this whole thing is what they have not so kind of figured out yet. With these guys, it will kill all of us.
Government are strategically positioned to fuel the inordinate criminal tendencies that visited Nigeria during the general election. We saw the maiming, rigging, voter suppression and intimidation, arson and ethnic profiling, killing, snatching of ballot boxes, police brutality, assault, aiding and abetting Agberos and their political godfathers. Above all, INEC went ahead and declared the already fraud election in favor of the ruling party at a cost yet to be fully investigated. Such a procured election result that both local and international observers were all disappointed, and even in the state of Kogi, we saw a horrible and terrible case where the Adavi local government chairman practically thawed voted ballot papers of the opposition with associated dangerous crime that engulfed the 2023 general election. For goodness sake, is election war? Now, today, the Daily Times just reported that about 88 people are killed during the 2023 general election. Nobody is arrested because it is perpetrated by the ruling party and its cohorts. If none of our family member is a victim, it is therefore easy to gloss over it and praise it as normal. These are what we watch the APC and its government defend like is normal, just like drinking water that is vital to the body. For us, it's not funny as an organization. It's about the development of our only country, the legacies we have to bequeath our children. We must be more responsible and be a nationalist that embrace and encourage fairness, equity, and justice, as it is what we owe the universe that hosts us and prosperity. We must reject the divisive tendencies of the ruling party, APC, and ignore all their charlatan approach to our electioneering process. Therefore, all Nigerians must rise against improper behavior in our politics and conduct themselves in the best possible manner in a way that we want.
Chori, last, in the name, in the words of Portable, this is the next stage for APC, while the other ones they have activated will continue. Olopamako everybody last in. Because that's the next stage. There is a crime even committed. They tapped Obi's line and they tapped Oyedepo's call. Then they extracted them and they now fed a fake script into an AI to then produce what they would then leverage on as their new propaganda to further widen the already divided country. This is what they did. The guy that released the audio, he has been sacked by the People's Gazette. Do you know that? Yeah, the guy that released the audio with the People's Gazette, the job is done. Unfortunately, they said the guy is not even from APC. The guy supports Atiku and is a journalist. So he told the people and he said he contacted Obi and Oyedepo to deny or confirm the audio. But they didn't respond. The truth is that he never contacted anybody. He did an actual job, and rather than the investigation to have been launched, here is what happened. APC is playing a very, very dangerous game. And some of you have no idea what this means. And I'll tell you. They intentionally, right, just to win election, to get votes, they decided to go religious, Muslim ticket. That's the purpose. Then they went on to pay clerics in northern Nigeria to preach and threaten people to support APC, Tinubu, or they shouldn't come out at all. Same thing was replicated in other parts of Nigeria. Evidently, APC did that. When APC chose a Muslim vice, a terrorist sympathizer, the shitty man, APC knew what they are doing. It is to target and make an impression that your own man is with us, is with me, don't worry. Right? Now, to now kind of make it look legit, APC went to go and hire fake bishops, fake people to dress like bishops, high bishops, to then appear during the unveiling of Tinubu's running mate, shitty man. That is to say, that is after, according to information, they were told that, they said they wrote the churches, Christian bodies, and all of them kind of rejected them, like, no, we wish you well, but no, I mean, I can't come there. Can you please come, this one, and that, can you please come and validate this so that people will not say it is Muslim versus Christian? They said, no, we're not interested. So they had to hire fake bishops. Peter Obi is seen in churches. Abi? They hired fake bishops. That is to blaspheme against Christians in Nigeria. That is like an act of religious war on its own. They did that. And for weeks, they doubled down. They were defending this. They were, you know what I mean? Until people pretended to have forgotten. That is a declaration of war by having people to act like they are representing the Christians in Nigeria when they could have come there in their own capacity as Christians without saying they are bishops. They dressed them up. And nobody said anything. They did that. Now, they released a supposed, which is fake, a supposed phone call between Peter Obi, a presidential candidate of a major party in Nigeria, had his own phone calls tapped, okay, by who? ACAS or DSS or ISA Pandemic, the one in charge of Nigeria communication. Do you remember when I told you that you might think you are smart? The head of, this terrorist sympathizer called ISA Pandemic, Isa Patantami, is the one in charge of your communication, phone calls, text messages, WhatsApp, email, and now everything that you have, password, everything, communications, everything. A terrorist sympathizer is in charge of that. Now, a crime is committed. They are shouting jihad that they put in that audio, Abi. They are making you ignore that a crime is committed. A major presidential candidate in Nigeria, and also the leader of a major Christian group in Nigeria, two of them pitted together. Their phone calls tapped. They didn't see anything incriminating. They didn't plan anything to cause problem in Nigeria. But yet, they utter what they put in as a religious war. And they targeted head of a Christian group, a Yoruba man, head of one of the largest Christian groups in Africa. Now, only APC can do that. And then turn around without any kind of fear. And then ask Oyedepo to come and defend. Oh yeah, you, Obi, come and defend. You wiretap a presidential candidate. So that means all of your phone calls, everything you think you have saved, everywhere you are going to, your phones and tracking, the Nigeria government, APC, Egbekegbe, they are running tracking on Nigerians, mostly from southern Nigeria and mostly Christians. Yeah. That's a crime. Omo, that is the treason. Now, take a look at it this way. Let's say Peter Obi publish an AI-generated phone call of Sultan of Sokoto and maybe Tifnumbu. And in that audio, that Sultan of Sokoto, right, has a conversation whereby, you know, I mean, think about like dragging their Emir or Sultan in this, or, okay, let me make you understand. Peter Obi was saying visiting Muslims and Christians. But the propaganda is that is being presented is that is always visiting Christians. Abi? Now let's even now take that. As okay, let's take that he's been to churches and all that. Just imagine if Peter Obi going to northern Nigeria, for example, and decided to just put some people together and dress them up like sheikh. Are you with me? Like sheikh and all of that. And put themselves somewhere and say, we, the Islamic body of Kiniko in northern Nigeria, we are now going to declare a jihad because of Peter Obi. Just think about that. That Obi and his people, they pull a stunt to put fake emir, fake alajis, or fake, all these fake clerics, put them together, dress them up, and say, see, all the senior cleric, Muslim, and everybody have accepted me. And then you come out to be fake. Imagine what this, they would have started the war already, jihad already. They say, hey, you drag Sultan, Obi, how dare Obi, they would have started the killings. But APC dragged your own religious leaders. So for those of you who are religious, so I'm just saying now, just compare all this to know how dangerous APC is. And why it is so easier for them to turn around and point fingers at other people for the same thing they are doing. Because they want you to kill those people. And in that, by so doing, you are helping them to take away their enemies. That's what they call it. They don't have to do it. All they have to do is to gaslight them. You will kill them for them. And they won't say APC kill them. Oh, no, APC. Now the people they offended. What you did now is so offensive now. How could you go and bring fake Alpha and fake Sultan to come and endorse Obi? That's an insult on Islam. Is that not how you're going to feel? No Ramadan, inside Ramadan, you put up a fake call, audio call, to run propaganda, and you put a presidential candidate to tell that you actually act this line, to say a presidential candidate in Nigeria is being eavesdropped on, is being spied on, without committing any crime for running for office. How many of you are they running wiretap on? In fact, how many people are they blackmailing with wiretap that the government of Nigeria is running? APC is a cancer. Nigeria. Oh yeah, who is that secretary of the temple? The secretary of this temple. Oh yeah, put it word on Mabu. APC is a cancer. And it's a kind of cancer that always kills its host. Nigeria is playing host to APC. What they have brought is division, hate, religious division, tribal division, supremacy of indigenous people over another, religious suppression. And you cannot talk about them. Talking about them is considered a crime. You are supposed to gloss over them. And if you want to say anything about them at all, just say, let us pray. Let us pray, kill you there. So put it on Mabu. Word on marble. Yeah, now, who are those who always put that quotable quote? APC is a deadly cancer. That's the problem now. I got to change the original now. And the first one, gone. This is now the edited version. APC is a cancer, a dangerous one that kills its hosts. Now APC go kill Nigeria. It's not you, not you. Sure you get? APC is a cancer. Everything they touched died. Haven't you seen it? Everything they touched died. Now, and that cancer is spreading. Now you go kill Nigeria. It's not cause. I don't know why you hate Nigeria like this. Lushi, be pretending. Your brother don't qualify for next councillor now. Why won't you be on social media and say, I don't know why this my ego hate Nigeria? He hate Nigeria. It's Nigeria. But the people that love Nigeria, they have dipped Nigeria into everlasting debt, everlasting terrorism, generational poverty, multi-dimensional poverty. That's what it is. It's not even, see, the poverty in Nigeria is not even ordinary poverty. It is called multi-dimensional. The people where they try to study Nigerian poverty, when they came back, they have found no name to define it. It is undescribable. Do you know what I mean? Multi-dimensional. Or Google it. Those are the people that hate Nigeria. Those who turned you to jobless. You went to school, graduate. Look at you. Look at you. You were graduate. You are the champion on social media. You are now social media warrior. We'll give them water today. Anybody that say anything about Ashiwaju, I will give them water today, Baba. After 4 years of graduation, no job. 7 years you graduated, Omometa, no job. 7 years, and you are on social media. You are ready for them today. Omo, they give me joy. Every time when I see the Obidients cry like this, they give me joy. Baba, tietita. Oh, can you agree or you accept? Nobody they agree. You know? Do you know something? When you are dead, you don't know you are dead. Sure you get? Don't see all those things about we are going to this, like, leave that one for now. Nobody, no record. All those things are fantasy. But again, between me and you, wherever you want to go, when you die, when you are dead, you don't know that you are dead. It's the people around you, your family, your loved ones, your friends, your schoolmates, and all of them. Now them go to cry. There are those who are going to be in pain, in tears. Here you get, like, you know what I mean? Or you are dead, gone. That's exactly what it is like too when you are stupid. It's like you are dead. When you are stupid, you don't know. You won't know. It's the people around you that will be feeling the pain of your stupidity. Hello? I know what I'm saying. So I'm talking to you. They are using your life to play Baba Jebu. Some of you, nobody calls you. You graduated today. Now you now you be the forecaster at your local betting shop. Utenita. One for social media, mental health problem, Tony. I will use everything in me to fight for Tinubu. What is left in you? Let's be honest. What is left in you? I'm just saying. What is left in you? The one that they have already empty. They have collected your yesterday before they gave birth to you. They have collected your today after they gave birth to you. Your tomorrow have been stolen. But on social media, jobless after how many years? For area, normal, you be people just laugh at you. They are calling you, hey, Omashiwaju. You are laughing on your street. Meanwhile, You see, you feel look at a madman and say, hey, look at this madman dancing. Oh, look at this madman. Oh God. Oh, this madman he dance well. Oh. If the family of a madman is around, they will be crying. You are going on the streets. Hey, oh yeah, Emir of Kano. About 7 years, no job, no life, no nothing. You don't try different embassies, they don't know you. For the past 7 years, you want Japa, you don't go anywhere. You try UK, then they don't give you. You don't try everywhere, they don't give you. It has gotten to a stage whereby even the postman, when they help you post your visa application, don't know you. It will just say, bros, don't waste your money. Okay? Bros, I help you take this application to Russia embassy for free. Baba, you know they go anywhere, and I hear all of us go die. This Nigeria. You know they go anywhere, bros. Don't waste your money. I brought the application back. Wow, which kind of finish be this? I was supposed to submit the application yesterday. Bros, I have submitted over 150 applications for you in the last 7 years. Nobody they give you anything. You know they go anywhere. But still you have no sense because you know, maybe they can actually make you a counselor. Maybe they can make you a PA, a graduate to the social media. You this my ego. No come Nigeria. If I come Nigeria, we see you go do. You go get time where they look for where crumbs day, where they get crumb, where they do party meeting. If the meeting wani bariga lola. She honorable mawa. She honorable go come. Where is our meeting at Shogunle tomorrow? It's about 2 p.m. ni. Honorable go come. Honorable Ojuli, is he coming? Honorable Mawa. I hear saying they come. If honorable know they come, I know they come because last time, now my last card, 30 naira take enter Okada. When I got there, they talk say they cancelled the meeting. I had to trek from Ikeja to Obalende. If honorable know they come, I know they go. I yet to shame but on social media. I cannot let any of this. I love to drink the tears of Obidients. Their tears is very, very tasty. Onji yaje. Onji yaje. Yemiani iwa wimri. Onji yaje. Oponu omaji yaje. Onji yaje. You they cover, chop your poverty. Then you come around to come and massage your mental health. Good luck, Omio. Wish any evil. I wish you what you wish yourself. But as it is now, Lamido Sanusi Lamido, he said he has never seen a divided country. This country, Nigeria, he has never seen a city divided. And as things are going, in fact, they may have to choose their different names for their different countries. So with the way Nigeria is going, a lot of them are now talking about let us come and do restructuring, let us come and do power sharing, let us come and do national unity government. National unity, I need to break everything down. The people of Middlebelt, your movement go succeed. It no go happen overnight. But as it be now, like I told you, it's like world war on social media now between the Sharia North, jihadist North, as well as the people of the Middle Belt. We are not Hausas. We are not Northerners. If you haven't seen them, maybe you should start paying attention. There is more to worry about. Break up Nigeria. Save lives. Okay. If that is not fair enough, you can watch this broadcaster from the beginning again. I have delivered this, okay? I am supposed to actually take a course tonight, but I won't. I told you what happened to me today. I'm still not feeling well. That money, because that 159 pounds that I paid them to register me so that I can get breakdown cover for my car. 159 pounds, they say a registration only. To now help me move my car from that spot to my house, almost 400 pounds. I drove today. Like Shino. There's a man in Odogbolu. There was a man in Odogbolu when I was a little boy. Shino, his name is Shino. Shino had a little pickup. He built that pickup himself. You see, the front of that pickup is Dasun. Or Dation. You see the bonnet of that pickup, Nadewu. The right door, the two front doors of that pickup then be Benz. The back door, they are Ford. The steering that he has on, they are Bedford. All parts come from everywhere. So when Shino will help all the women, the men in Odogbolu then, who were farmers. There is no terrain that Shino will never go and help them, pack all their stuff and transport them to town. It was a very, very good. I mean, I was young. I was a little boy. So when I was big, I attended the Odogbolu Grammar School. So Okoke Hill, okay? So I have to walk from town straight into that forest. And on our way, we will see Shino. When Shino's truck is coming, the tank for that car, the tank for that pickup, the tank is sitting next to Shino at the driver's seat. That's the tank. That's where they keep the fuel. Sure you get, So when Shino is coming, you'll be hearing, quack, 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 quack. Man, there are many times, right? So when Shino is coming, quack, 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 you see, when the front of the car, normally it's like this. It's like the car is like that. That means instead of a car to come straight, it comes like this. So you will think the car is actually entering bush. No, it's not. It's the design. So the car is looking elsewhere. The steering and the tires are looking elsewhere. But we got to know. What am I trying to say is that when I sat in that car and I just dole out 160 pounds, and they just told me that's just registration, to just register that if I break down next time, I won't need to pay that again. What about now? Where am I going to get home? They're saying I have 388 pounds. So when I sat there, I was like, if Shino could drive a near-dead, man-made, that's the first car. A man made a car in Odogbolu. We didn't even sing his praise enough. Shino. Wherever you are today, if you are still in Odogbolu, because I'm not sure, if you're still in Odogbolu, one day I will show you Baba Shino, because it's going to be like Eldana, like Baba now. Sure you get. So the inspiration that came in was like, if 82 miles to Glasgow, is 388 pounds when they do the calculation. So how much is 50 miles? They said, what do you mean 50 miles? How are you going to move from here to 50? You don't worry. How much is 50 miles? The guy said, okay, let me go and calculate. I said, don't worry. It will be less, Abi. He said it's supposed to be less. If it was in Nigeria now, I would have asked you to help me push it. Please, two of you, Agbeke, you and Elia, go and push this car. But they don't push car here. Now, so the Shino inspiration entered me. Baba, I'm talking about a car that is actually not powering. This is not like, I don't know how to describe it, okay? It's not powering up. You put a car in there, you start a car, it starts normally, it sounds normally, then you put it in a gear, right? And then you want to move, and it's like, I don't travel. Now, the whole trip is already more or less like almost, how much? 240 something miles. For goodness sake. First account it was red. If I try this one again, another account was red. First week of April. 3 weeks away. Inspire. Sorry that I'm actually saying this to you, because I want you to know that any situation you are, don't panic. When something happens sometimes, right? Don't panic. Don't always kind of throw everything into it. Sometimes relax. The inspiration to get out of that problem may come from your 30 years ago experience. Just like me. I mean, I was there. Agbeke, that one. Alone. If to send a kidnapper kidnap us today, along Kaduna, Abuja, before the kidnapper even asks for money, this Agbeke will be telling them where she's keeping her money. The one she saved with her mom, the one she kept at in the bank, the one in the savings, and all of that. Now, dear, she's confessing. When she started seeing that, want to buy a boy, she was feeling sorry for me. Because I would have been sleeping in the house if she didn't say I should come. So she was feeling guilty, and then she started confessing. I have money. I have 400 pounds here. I can get another 300. I said, calm down. What did you say? You have I have money, but the other one is cash. This one is okay. Nisuru. I'm negotiating. Let's negotiate. Oga van driver. You are acting like you are surprised that the car is not moving. Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, yeah, it's not powering. You are supposed to have 4 cylinders. 3 are working, powering well. The 4th one is dead. I don't know what happened. I don't know how to describe it until we take it to our garage and then we check it. So, taking it here, yes, the 300 and something. But it should be moving. Like if it can move, I can try it. Baba, to cut the long story short, I beg you boss Yewande in car seat and they are fighting themselves. Put Yewande in a car seat. You go back to your own seat. Everybody go inside the car. Oh yeah, we're laughing. We're 388 pounds. And this guy said even if they carry the car, that means I will still pay another 700 pounds. 1.2 million naira. Drop off. To cut it short, Sha, I got inspired. And so I go. But because, people go just the wonder, say, who be this madman? Imagine you are on the motorway. Everything is going. 60, 70, 65, 70, the normal speed. And kilo day, pumping it. What did they happen? Don't mash it. You this car, don't do this, please, don't do this. That's how I got to Glasgow. I'm sorry if I bored you. I just thought I should make you kind of, to be your motivational speaker, not motivational speaker. Sure, you get just to motivate you that in every situation, right? Maybe tough, maybe like you may be panicky, you may even be crying. Sometimes cry if you have to. When it's in any situation that you are, if they ask you, say, may you bring money, before you pay that money, first, clear that tears. Check your bank account balance. Check today's dates. Then ask questions. Okay? There are situations that you find yourself. It go be like they kidnap you. It go be like that they extort you, but you don't get choice. I just want to get out of there. I just want to get out of here. I just want to get out. That's how I became was. I was like, calm down. I can't do big man say, I'm a bound soroni. Like when police stop you for Nigeria. You don't know police, you don't know anything, no. But somehow, there's that confidence. You just come out of the car and say, I'm a bound soroni. Let's talk to them. I'll talk to them. Except if they slap you. I can't talk to them. We need to pay them. That's exactly what happened today. So when you have that situation, any situation at all, emergency or not, in fact, emergency, just breathe in, breathe out, and don't give them money. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking from experience. I'll see you some other time. Oh, hang on. I need to tell you this. To my friends who responded to our fundraiser for the Yoruba support program for the people of Yoruba land that we launched yesterday. Hang on. What just happened?
What shall I say unto the Lord? Yes, Lord. All I have to say, thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
To say is thank you, Lord. You won't understand. 400 pounds is like over 400,000 naira. The 150, the 150 naira, 160 pounds that they collected from me, Baba, that is over 150,000 naira. I no plan for them. The only people that feel have that kind of money for house, now Emefiole and Yanko. So I dragged the. They said if the engine is going to engine fin knock, I say, even if the engine knock now, it makes sense. I no go live her here. I no go pay 400 pounds. And then until the car abandoned somewhere. So that's that anyway. So yeah, I want to say thank you to all of you who have actually responded. I don't know if you would like me to mention your name. Olowo, I actually got your donation on the Cash app. We got 52 pounds there. Thank you. We've got a give send good donations. We have a bank transfer. Okay, let me tell you. I have 110 pounds donated through the bank. I have 52 pounds right there on the Cash app. On the give send go, we have 175 pounds there. And then where else again? PayPal, we've got 20 pounds there on our PayPal. So I know I haven't aggressively pushed this, okay? I am not the type that kind of love to push or aggressively push something, okay? I prefer people do it voluntarily. But we still have to make some dedication to make sure that we achieve this. I'm not asking you to give me money. I don't want you to give me money, except you want to give me money, okay? I don't want you to give me any of your money. I am saying when you feel like we can actually put resources together and reach out to people and help people that are likely not going to say thank you to us. And at the same time, leave them more enlightened than what they are now. Okay, so if you feel like that, support it. If you don't feel like that, that's fine. But I will put more pressure on the, on the repeated importance of why we do this. We've done it before. We are doing some right now. So why won't we? So you are welcome. Join us. And if you don't have money, don't feel bad. Praying for us can work this time. Now, that's a key that I believe in. Pray for us. Pray for Yoruba Union. Support Yoruba Union. Support no mean everything no be money. Even join us. You will love it. So thank you so much. I'll see you some other time. Ma go continue my crying there so that go check what else is left and what the they're still going to charge me 800 pounds to say they want to fix it. Okay, I'll see you some other time before I start talking to myself, forgetting that I'm still live. Joking. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èsúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èsúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èsúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èsúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní èsúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.